Hey, how are you getting on? Right, welcome to the video. So I thought I would do a quick video, guys, just to show you, or to talk about, how we make a workbench in the middle of a worldwide lumber shortage, because that's effectively where we're at. I was watching a video last night and they were, I think it was AVE, and he was talking about per board foot, the price had gone from like 300 bucks, well 300 Canadian bucks to maybe like 850. So like 2.5 times the price, which is a huge increase. And which is that big an increase, I've seen YouTubers and off-gridders and stuff like that have to stop projects, stop building houses and stuff, because they just haven't budgeted for it. Now we needed some new workbenches. That's what I've been doing the last couple days. Well, 3 or 4 days I've been putting some workbenches in, and I thought I'd share with you how we've done it, or how I've done it, and then you can have a look, see what you think, and maybe take some ideas from it. So, things that I have been able to get a hold of are sheet goods. Sheet goods haven't been an issue. So what we ended up doing was going with some 18mm shuttering ply and some MDF. Now I'll talk about the MDF in a bit. I speak to guys all the time in the States who think I'm mad for using MDF for like jigs and workbenches and stuff. But I mean, I live in the UK and it rains. I think we get like 60 days a year of like solid sunshine and the rest is overcast and rain, right? It is humid. We have, we work in an unheated workshop. We have a log burner over there, but that's about it. It doesn't really get warm enough to take the condensation out of the air in the middle of winter, and we've never really had an issue. So yeah. Anyway, we'll cover that in a bit. Let's go and have a look at where we've got to in the workbench build. Yeah.
When your life's been put on hold for far too long, when the sorrow and despair is growing strong, there is always something good to be obtained from breaking loose and leave the things that kept you chained. When you find the strength to
Okay, so you can see this is where we're at on the build at the moment. We've got central frame, so we've got, well, I'll show you. So we've got double 18mm there, double 18mm there, double 18mm there. They run the full length of the sheet, and then we've got a double 18mm. And then some braces in the middle, noggins in the middle. Don't worry about this, I'll explain what I screwed up there. We've got some, I'm building this on my own, so I needed a way to be able to assemble it all without having a second man here to help me move everything around. So what we've done is I put these little sections here, and then the top, we're going to take that, obviously this here, this face here is the top face, so we're going to flip it up so the top is facing down, and then hopefully I can, maybe with a ratchet strap and a bit of help, I can get it sat into here, and then we can screw it through, and yeah, job's a good one. But the other side is basically exactly the same. You know, what I did here was I've done these obviously to make it easier to be able to fix into it, because I haven't got my nail gun. Nail gun would have been a bit easier, but screws is better. What this will allow is I've made sure that these lines here, so we've got a centre line, and I've got a line here and a line over here. This is my 600 wide, and my pallet truck, the centre of the the centre of the forks is 600mm. So I've also got a couple strips of some moisture resistant MDF, heavy duty MDF, to go on these, which is going to help spread the load a little bit, I hope. But yeah, it's mega simple, right? So we just made the frame up. The legs are 4" and 4", so 100mm pieces of 18mm plywood. I've glued and screwed these on the end here, and then just put them on. And we used one screw in the corner, made sure it was all square, popped another one in, did the other side around here, and then put some big 4" screws through the leg into the frame, and each leg's got that. So I mean, that bad boy's not going anywhere. These are quality screws we use. We use rise cut screws, and then this is the polyurethane or PU glue. So it's the foaming stuff. Don't get it on your hands, because I don't know if you can see. And I think that's from yesterday. So yeah, and it foams up like this when you use too much of it, and when you get it in the wrong spot. But yeah, you can see the idea being glue and screws and nails are cheap as chips. So yeah, man, that's where we're at. What do you think? I think we need to get this unit on, try not to kill myself doing it, and then try and roll her over. Happy days, eh? Alright, let's give it a go.
Really shed your skin. All you really need to do is search within.
Okay then, so here we go. So we have the base or the shelf, which has been attached now. It's as you can see, we cleaned up underneath here. Underneath here, we've got the base sat on the supports here. Obviously that made it a hell of a lot easier for me to move it. Otherwise I'd have struggled, I think. And then I also added in some more supports on the bottom here. Hopefully that is going to help take any additional weight and pass it all the way through the base. But yeah, so happy with that then. So now next job is to roll it or flip it over. Well, clean up the glue, flip it over, and get the final top on there and have a look and see how we get on. Cool, happy days. Right, okay then, let's have a quick chat about the project and then we'll finish up. So yeah, so the whole idea behind this was to create something, or create a workbench that didn't need normal dimensional lumber. We could get away using sheet goods with it. Sorry man, I am paying attention to you guys. I keep looking over and looking at it while I'm talking. Yeah, so the idea was to make something that's usable from sheet goods, because the lumber is super expensive at the moment and I haven't got time to wait. So time is money and all that, right? But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It took a bit longer than I'd like to, but because I had to make a couple of adjustments as I was doing it. But really pleased, nice and heavy, and that was the main job. And I can get the pallet truck underneath there and lift it and move it around the workshop if we need to. Perfect for Shelley, really. I don't see her being able to pick it up. I think it's maybe 75-80 kilos at least, if not more. It's a struggle for me to pick it up, and I can pick up a fair whack. So yeah. Oh right, MDF. So I have this conversation with guys on Facebook all the time about MDF. Some people hate it, and I know it's not proper woodworking in the sense of woodworking, but it's a really, really, really good material if you can get past the minging dust that comes off of it, right? So you've got to have some sort of extraction, or you've got to be working in a well-ventilated area. I've got the like the big shop door open and the windows open with the fan running, so it's no bother for us. Plus we have decent dust extraction. MDF is an awesome material, right? It takes an edge. It's really, really good to machine. It's easy to machine. It's dimensionally stable. It doesn't really warp or bend or twist or anything like that, like plywood does. It's got a nice, super smooth finish. Oh, and it's a consistent thickness, right? So 18mm or 3/4 inch MDF is 3/4 all the way across. If you look at plywood dimensions vary. So say if you're looking at like 18mm again, that could be 17.6 or 17.5mm, all the way through to like 18.3 or 18.4 on the same board. So when you're trying to make like a flat surface, or you're trying to pre-cut everything and move everything all sorted, am I focused? I am, yeah. But so when you're trying to do all that, it makes it so much easier. People talk about moisture issues, right? So we've used moisture resistant MDF. It can be a little bit more expensive. We get a good price on it, so we use it. It's a lot heavier, moisture resistant MDF, which again, I wanted the weight for the project. And oh yeah, that's right. So I mentioned at the start of the video, people complain about getting water onto it and it warping and blowing. I think I've got a sled over there, and I've had it for 3 or 4 years now. Every now and again I need to readjust it. I've not really ever had a problem with it, with moisture. We do wax it every now and again, so I get some like machine wax, the machine paste wax that you put on the machine to stop it rusting because of the humidity in the air. We just wax some of that on there whenever it gets a bit stiff going through the miter slots. Just wax it again. I've never had any problems with it. The workbench is the small workbench that we have next to the table saw, covered in paint, and we use water-based paint mostly, and our stains for the vast majority of them are all water-based, and so are the varnishes. So yeah, so it's never really been too much of an issue. If you're worried about it, get a coat of wax on it. Job's a good one, right? But yeah, so that's how you build yourself a workbench when you can't get hold of lumber, but you can get hold of sheet goods. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what you think below, if I've done something wrong, or you've got any recommendations, anything that you would have done, or any questions. So yeah, chuck them in below. Have a great day, and I shall see you soon. Take it easy.